The husband and his girlfriend push his wife and mother-in-law out of the house, trying to stay calm. The mother-in-law says, "Son-in-law, what is going on here?" The wife, shocked, says, "Yes, husband, what exactly is happening?" The husband laughs and says, "From now on, this house will be ours, and I'll throw away your dirty clothes too." The wife asks, "Are you really sure you want to do this?" Then she turns to Ting Ting and says, "You were my best friend. How could you two do this to me?" The husband reaches out to Ting Ting and says, "By the way, let me reintroduce her. This is my new girlfriend." Ting Ting smiles proudly and says, "Oh, and by the way, some good news. I was just promoted to director at the shoe company today." They both start laughing. Just then, Linda says, "Shoe company?" The husband mocks her, saying, "A country woman like you. Do you even know what shoe company is?" The wife replies politely, "Wow, you two are unbelievable." The husband smirks and says, "Listen, just because you cooked and cleaned for me a few times doesn't mean I have to take care of you forever. I don't owe you anything. And now that you can barely walk, why should I keep you?" The wife, disappointed, says, "You promised that no matter what happened to me, you'd always take care of me." The mother-in-law speaks firmly. "Yes, son-in-law, our family has never treated you badly. How could you do this to my daughter?" The husband reveals the truth. "I only married you for money, but sorry, I'm now going to marry my true love, the vice director of shoe company." He and Ting Ting laugh again. The wife says, "There's an old saying, a day of husband and wife brings 100 days of grace." The husband mocks her again. "Ha, good one. Husband and wife are like two birds with the same wings. But when trouble comes, they fly apart." He throws a paper at her and says, "Here, this is the divorce agreement. Sign it as soon as possible. The sooner, the better." The wife takes the file, signs it, and says, "Listen, Max, from today, our marriage is over." Then she throws the papers away. The husband happily says, all right, finally, I'm free from that old dull wife." Linda says sarcastically, "Wow, unbelievable." Then she looks at Max and says, "You divorced me for her, didn't you? Just so your friend could get a project from shoe company." Max says, "Hey, don't say that. It's all for the big project we're working on." Linda warns them, "Remember what you both said today. You'll be responsible for your actions." She immediately calls her secretary and says, "Hello, secretary, cancel Ting Ting's project right away." Max laughs and says, "Are you out of your mind? Do you really think shoe company belongs to you just because your last name is Xu?" Just then, the secretary arrives and says, "Ma'am, there's an urgent issue at the company. Can you come right away?" Max looks at Ting Ting and says, "Looks like she really is the chairwoman of Xu Company." Linda stands up from her wheelchair and says to the secretary, "Let's go to the office. We'll discuss it there." Ting Ting, surprised, steps forward and says, "So you really are the chairwoman of Xu Group? It's all been a misunderstanding. If there's nothing else, I'll be leaving now." Then she quickly walks away. After she leaves, Max pleads, "Darling, I was just joking. It was a small test of your character, nothing else." Linda says coldly, "Go pack your things right now and get out of my house immediately." So, friends, how did you like today's story? Rate it out of 10 in the comments below.